Welcome back to another Sly Cooper. Man, always wanted to say that. Anyways, we're back here again after defeating, well, completely Contessa. But dude, we came so far, to be honest. First Dimitri, first Rajan Unleashed, and you know, Contessa, the war. Now we're here. And episode 6. He who tames the iron horse. Alright. That's our next target. Let's get it.
Following the trail of spice shipments, we made our way up to Nunavut Bay, Canada, the secret hub of Jean Bisson's shipping empire. As a young man, he trekked across Canada to strike it rich during the gold rush of 1852. An avid prospector, he took some chances and ended up buried alive in an avalanche. Miraculously, the quick freeze kept him alive, and 120 years later, thanks to global warming, he thawed out. A product of his time, he dreams of taming the wild north, damming every river and chopping down all the trees, with progress delivered at the sharp end of an axe. Shipping spice for the Claw Gang proved a lucrative way to bankroll his one-man war against nature. And yet, I have to feel a little sorry for him. He's just a normal guy from the 1850s. Back in his day, he'd be a hero, but today, he's a villain. Either way, that man's got more than his fair share of the Clockwerk parts. What a low-tech guy like Jean Bisson is doing with robot parts is a mystery. I almost don't want to know. But as always, it's only a matter of time before I find out.
Alright, you guys know the deal. It may have been a while, but I already know how this goes. Our first mission, we'll collect some bottles.
I've got a lead on the Clockwerk parts. Head through town and out into the wilderness.
We'll pop some bottles and yeah. I said pop some bottles, right? Oh my gosh. No. We'll get bottles. That's what I mean. Oh, no, wait, I need Thief Net, to be honest. It's something we need to get. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, yes! Every person's beautiful dream. Silent obliteration, baby! Man, the Sly Cooper series is just, man, only in its lifetime, man, honestly. Sad to say, this game couldn't get the love and respect it deserved. Shoot, now that you look all the gameplay and elements and all the creative missions and everything, I could play this forever and wouldn't get bored. Crap, there was a lag spike, so I couldn't do my jump one time. So close though. Be careful of them ducks. They're the most annoying enemies. Wow. Yeah, that train ended up taking lives. I missed that. Whoever behind like the soundtracks of Sly Cooper really nails it. Just get up here. Well, like the saying goes, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Yoink. Cool. That solves that. Oh crap. That's a bear. Yeah, those bears will hunt you down to the ends of the earth, man. Do not mess with them cubs. Holy crap, that was close. Yeah, I wouldn't play in train tracks if I were you. That'll completely one-shot kill you. What? Those gophers or whatever. They're the most annoying. I barely fought them though that much. I think like twice. Yeah, I could use this. Bingo. Only a few more and I can count my cards right. I think. You won't be needing this. Alright, cool. All that's left is to visit a little cave. 15 minutes, ain't bad. Alright, let's finally do the mission. We got 30 bottles, baby. I knew it was the cave. You really don't need to know all the locations. You gotta just check with your ears. To be honest, that's the only collectible I can actually respect on getting. Anybody could do it. You just gotta follow your ears.
That cabin may seem rustic, but don't be fooled. It's the control center for Jean Bison's trade empire. Sneak inside and raid his files. You're sure to find out where he keeps his clockwork parts.
Ransacking his files doesn't sound hard. Now, climbing up a sheer rock wall, that'll be a challenge.
You're in luck. Before Jean Bisson took over, this used to be a popular destination for rock climbers. Some of their old wall hooks are still around.
I'm guessing I just jump and hit the circle button to latch on.
That's right. And remember to lean back before you spring off the hook. You'll get more altitude.
Thanks for the tip. I'll give it a try.
Alright. The hooks used to be so annoying, but I know how to do it. I think because I used a PS3 controller back then. That's why I found it difficult to use it. This is more fluent with modern controllers.
Jackpot, Sly.
It's easier.
That's Jean Bisson.
Looks like he didn't notice me come in.
Just stay out of sight and take a picture of each of his trade routes. They should narrow our search for his share of the clockwork parts.
All right, I'm on it.
Hello, Arpeggio again.
Salutations, Mr. Arpeggio. Y'all got time to shoot the breeze?
Of course, for you, John, always. Although must we communicate through that dreadful speakerphone?
Yeah, I can think better while my legs move. Pumps blood to your brain.
Yes, of course. One must keep blood in one's brain. But do tell, is there some pressing matter you'd like to discuss?
First off, are you still coming on schedule to get that Northern Lights battery?
Yes, we're well underway. My blimp should arrive at the end of the week.
Bullseye. For second, when you gonna give me a look-see at that Clockwerk brain of yours? I'd sure like to buy it off you.
Be song, you covetous troglodyte. You've already got the lion's share of the parts. Would you take my meager portion of the robotic bird for your own and strip me of all my earthly pleasures?
Easy there, partner. You're all up in a lather. It's just that I found some real use for the Clockwerk parts I got. Why, I put 3 of them in the engines of my best trains. With those robotic doohickeys feeding the fire, them trains will run all night and all day.
Sly, did you hear that? Bison's hidden the Iron Horse blueprints in his trophy bass. Head for the... Excellent! Now get out of that cabin before you're spotted.
Sounds like you're making capital use of your share of the robotic route. But for now, the clockwork brain stays with me on the blimp. Although, when I arrive to pick up the Northern Lights battery, I might be persuaded.
Jean Bisson is a very ancient guy.
Techniques, I think we'll find the other trophy bass above the mantle in the 2 remaining cabins.
Stay down. And stay down. It was better in my head. Alright, let's keep going. Man, think about the first Sly Cooper game I played was, I think, 2. I never played 1. Oh, okay. Nah, come over here. Play with fire, you're bound to get burned.
Yep, just like I thought. Get to the fish above the mantle and steal those blueprints.
Thank you. to drop me in front of the entire duck squadron. Nuh-uh. Yeah-huh. I wish we would bring that joke back, to be honest.
The last trophy bass is above the fireplace. Be careful.
Attention all cabin guards. I've heard tell from the boys at Ponderosa Cabin there's someone been in my hidden blueprints. Everyone stay sharp. This ain't no summer camp. I don't...
Exceptional work, Sly. That's the last of the blueprints.
Well, that solves that mission.
Armed with all 3 blueprints, we should be able to isolate and track the Iron Horse trains through that satellite dish.
Top of the mountain, huh? Shouldn't take long.
Alright. Let me just pick your pockets. Whoa! Big spender. Yeah, man. I ain't gonna knock you out. You kinda paid for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with that. I'm just kidding. I always wanted to hold a golden bar. I don't think they're worth much now, though, right?
This appears to be the only way up. Keep an eye out for those rock climber wall hooks. They might be useful.
I wasn't fascinated by gold for the currency of it, but I heard a lot of history about people obsessing over it. I wonder what it's like for people to hold that during like a whole heist.
Total access to the train's GPS system. It's all on my computer. Head back to the safe house. I'll crunch some numbers and give you and Murray the rundown.
Alright, now it's time for the plan.
Thanks to Sly's efforts, we now know the location of all 3 of the local Clockwerk parts. 2 lugs and a stomach. John Bisson has grafted each piece to the engine in one of his Iron Horse trains. This improvement allows the trains to run all night and all day. We won't have the luxury of sneaking in while they're stopped. While they're in motion, the only way aboard is through a hatch on the caboose roof, which unfortunately has been locked down. These need to go. First, collect the spice gas from the balloons above town, and then land on the back of the caboose to blow off the locks. Once the way is cleared, I'll suit up and jump into Iron Horse number 1 while it passes near town. With some luck, we'll have the first Clockwerk lug in a few hours.
Well, as you guys heard, that's the plan. So we'll get to that next time. I'll see you guys later. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. Well, not the bottle part, but you know, the rest of the actual mission. Anyways, thanks for watching. Peace. See you guys in the next one. Later.